Hey, in today's video, we'll say goodbye to the old garage, then take a quick trip to Driftmasters, and later we'll show you the BMW E92 drift project, order some parts for it, and you'll see how far along the car is. Let's get started with the video. Hey, welcome to our new but already old garage. As you can see behind me, literally our entire workshop is empty, and for about a week now we've been moving out of here. The lift is gone, all the tools are gone, the second lift is gone. Camel will be taken too. In short, we're moving to a new place. From the beginning, when we moved in here, we knew it was only for a short period of time. Actually, it's been 8 months. Yeah, 8 months. And now the time has come when, in short, we have to leave this hall. But in the end, we'll do what we wanted to do at the beginning, but couldn't, so we'll do it now at the end. We just have to drive a car in here and burn some rubber. We'll see what we can do in such a small hall. There's an entrance here. We'll do a little stunt. Maybe spin a donut inside, mess around a bit, as they say, and say goodbye to this hall the way we like. And in short, all that's left for us is to gear up in the new place. Let's go to Compot. I'm unsure if I should use first, second, or third gear.
Third.
Third, choose third, sir.
Third, sir? I think number one will be better. The farewell to the hall was done literally, probably 15 or 20 minutes ago. We're finished. Smoking here, Camel was smoking, there's still smoke in the room. Some traces remain. This is likely my best kiss the wall. Check it out. That line here, so long, basically up to here. I'll show you what it is. This is the shadow line taken from the rear lamp in the Compot. As for the move itself, why are we moving out? To put it simply, our hall is going to be demolished. It's going to be torn down. So actually, out of all of this here, you can see we're moving out because this place won't exist anymore. So our time here is over, and now I invite you to the new location where you can see how we've settled in. The big handover.
I need to disarm before I can have a drink. Warm.
Are you having fun like in art class?
Well, I'm making circles.
Warm ones?
No, not anymore.
Oh yeah. A V8 was fitted into the E92's engine bay, as you can see. A small change? A small change of events?
Not diesel, double the cylinders and displacement, but no turbo.
And less torque? Because for now, it'll be naturally aspirated. Camille has mainly been working on fitting the manifolds for the naturally aspirated engine. Actually, basically... Camille, you can show off what you've done.
I mean, are those stock manifolds or did you have to modify them a bit? I got rid of a piece like this because there just wasn't enough space between the engine and the firewall, and I wanted to push the engine back as far as I could. So first we would have to make custom flanges just to bolt on the exhaust, so it was easier to do it this way.
What does that mean? Just use your hand like a hammer.
Cut it off. It's just welded with a V-band showing how exhaust manifolds were made back then.
In general, it's pretty heavy.
Just one small piece like this.
A small piece? And you could say that this is the target position of the engine for the winter season?
Definitely for the winter season.
Yeah.
Because ultimately not.
It's not, but generally, after all, here's the front axle. In my opinion, it went well, although I know that Camille it still hurts him.
Yeah, a bit, because he should have gone in deeper. But to do that and still keep it naturally aspirated, I'd either have to cut up those exhaust manifolds a lot or make them from scratch. And at the moment, I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that. And also, thanks to the fact that we moved the engine back here, Camille moved it, it can stay untouched in the final body. And that's the problem you were mainly talking about, which is... That's the lack of space we were talking about.
It's very tight here now, and now the V-band is being welded, and there are ends for the V-band and the V-band, and now a piece of pipe is already going down there. So that's exactly the spot where we had to get rid of a piece of the manifold, which has its advantages because we made it a bit lighter, since the V-band itself is much lighter than the pieces I cut out.
And it's definitely worth mentioning that now the engine is held only by the engine mounts, and the gearbox is installed.
Yes, the gearbox is in and the engine is holding nicely. It's not sitting on a dolly, just so you know.
Just so you know. Oh, and it's cool because only the drain plug sticks out from the oil pan, so there's plenty of clearance and it fits well.
Yeah, the transmission is there too.
The gearbox is beneath the cover.
You can't see it now. And now it is.
Aha, hocus pocus. But no matter what, having a V8 engine in the bay makes me really happy. Look, this is where the frame rails actually end, but there's still actually... Before the bumper goes on, like the end of the bumper, there's actually a lot of space. So we're going to put the radiator in the front for the winter edition. And now, when it comes to servicing, the next stage that will really be figured out is the exhaust. How to route the exhaust so that servicing is also made easier, not harder.
It'll likely be handled like with the patient next door, since the exhaust is also being set up there.
Let's show what it is. There's also a V8.
Yes, there's also a V8 here. When the pipes split, I designed the exhaust so you can remove the gearbox without touching it, and I've already tested it.
Awesome.
So the gearbox comes out without disassembling, and it should be the same here for simplicity. However, with the clutch that's going to be installed now, I doubt it will fail with this engine power, but anything can happen and you have to be prepared for it. So if it can be done this way, since we're making the exhaust from scratch anyway, then that's simply how it should be done.
And to be able to plan all this and do it right, we have a mission. So we need to transfer the rear suspension to this patient, because right now it's empty here, and then we'll be able to start the work related to creating the exhaust.
We need to take the other E92...
What do you mean the other one? There's only one.
What do you mean, the other one?
What?
But there's an E92 here. Actually, 92 has multiplied for us. There's one here, and somewhere far, far away there's another one.
Actually, that was way before that one.
Yes. All right. But for the photo, there will be... All right, so we're going to the second warrior. Bang.
Wait a minute.
But what's going on? Second E92, the same one? Even opened. Click. And now the moment of truth. Will it want to accumulate. Yo, 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 yo. And here, the compote ended up right at the top. Look, it got a place on a pedestal. A beautiful artifact right now. Because it doesn't run yet. I mean, it does. But it's up there. So it doesn't run. And it earned that spot because it got 25 million views on Instagram so far. I just left the hall, did a kiss the wall, and instantly got 25 million views. Well, it's almost like a V8, maybe just a bit shorter, that's all. There has to be a clutch. Otherwise, we won't be able to start it. Oh. No. And here's actually a trick for the sock, because there was a white tank and I didn't like it. There's no power at all. Winner Kira, winner of the first round of Drift Open, April 28th, Torin 2017. When was that? Basically, in 2026, it will be the 10th anniversary of Drift Patriot. It all started in 2016. I got a mission from Camille. We're starting up the car. It started. The car's here. It's ready, let's go. We're starting work by dismantling the rear suspension. Here's the operating table. This is where the dedicated part for the transplant will go. So we put it underneath, detach it, we transplant it. And here, generally, there was a minor traffic accident, and here too. Right here.
Oh, come on.
And right here. And I wanted to send my warm regards to Peter Proximeter. Thanks. No, well, there were glued pairs. E92 with Compote. Compote always had a lot of traces there. There was a farewell to the square. Scrap style drifting, and there are souvenirs from that event. Okay, in the meantime, while Camille is preparing the car, I'm ordering parts for the E90. Specifically, I'm on the front mount intercooler European Union website right now, and here, for example, we have a 350 straight-through muffler. This is how this round one will look. For all of this, we'll also need a stainless steel pipe, 51 millimeters, so we can start connecting everything, a flexible connector, all the necessary things to start building the exhaust system, so I'm clicking. We're waiting for the package to arrive before we can start working on the exhaust for the E9288. Click, here you go. The suspension has been dismantled. The ride is waiting for the suspension to return. But for now, it must stay this way. Here, we ended up with a whole set of rear suspension, BC racing shocks, a new disc, an adjustable control arm, and a 2.0 diesel drivetrain. Generally, we'll keep this drivetrain. Because it withstood 500 Newton meters on dry, and the V8 will have less than 500 Newton meters naturally aspirated from the 1UZ, it's fine since it will also be used on wet surfaces. Let's just hope that the gear ratios will fit, otherwise we might have to buy some different diffs just in case. Unless we go with Winters, yeah, if we go with Winters then it won't be a problem. We've accomplished our goals for today. See you later. Day 2 at the National Stadium from the crack of dawn. As you can see, all the Driftmasters teams are warming up right now. Today I'm a spotter, and whose spotter am I at this competition? You'll see in a moment. Here he is, Mr. Tasiemski. So how are you?
Well, it's tough. A little bit of nerves in my pants, but that's always the case before the first training, before the first run, so it's natural.
Alright, let's go to the stands. I don't want to mess with Tasiem's head too much by recording now, because I know it's nice to focus before the runs. The practice sessions have just started. As a fun fact, the first 2 cars that went in are from America, meaning 2 drivers from Formula Drift, Adam L., Z, and Matt Field, who are currently in the top 3 overall after the whole season. And I'll show you a run, how their first runs on this track looked. Just saying something you can't really see, because the event only opens at 2 PM, and now it's 8 AM. So here's a little insight for you on what the first runs of the top Formula Drift drivers look like. But it sounds so nice.
Pretty wide.
Wide, big, and sounding nice. Alright, listen, we're done with the qualifying runs. Tasiema's first was 86, and the second one really cranked it up to 94.5. We're going to give Tasiema a high five, and while we're at it, we'll high five the others too. Awesome, I'm really stoked. Hey. Situation update while working with the E92. The situation is as follows. At first glance it looks the same, but not necessarily, because the steering wheel has landed. And the steering wheel? Steering? But at the moment when here, it turns. Look. The steering rack is working, which means Camille did it. Come here, Camille, show off what you did. How did you connect the steering wheel to Bluetooth?
No, with pipes.
Click.
Yes, there are parts here that come from a BMW E92, a Mazda 6, some from Wisefab, a Subaru BRZ, and 2 elements from a BMW E36.
So it's a good combo.
Yes, and it had to be put together, and now you can drive it. You can drive it?
So shall we do a test drive?
Do you want a test drive? Start it and go.
Start it and go. The engine is on.
The engine is installed. That's what I was supposed to do, and I did it.
I made an arrangement with Camille to put a V8 engine in my BMW, and he did, yes.
I installed it. Mounts and steering wheel work.
Go ahead, sir.
I did my part.
Yeah, exactly. And in the meantime, we received a package that was ordered. A package with the system, well, that's maybe saying too much, with the material to create the exhaust system. And we'll see what's inside in a moment, because the package arrived today, and tomorrow Mateusz, a viewer of the Drift Patriot channel, is coming to visit us. This is a great option, since he messaged me offering help with the exhaust system. With limited time, that help will be useful, and Mateusz will handle creating the exhaust system. In the E92, so now we're doing an unboxing. We'll see what the material looks like, because honestly, I'm curious. I've never actually been involved in creating an exhaust system from scratch, so we'll see what the material looks like and what's needed to build such a system. And then Kamil and Mateusz will be doing the swap here tomorrow, or maybe Kamil will do it today, it's not clear yet. Kamil says the swap might still happen today, and tomorrow the work will begin. We need to make it in time because we don't have much. Less than a month until we want the car to be running. Let's go. What do we have here?
This is probably, unfortunately, the muffler.
Why unfortunately?
Routing the exhaust through the hood would look cooler.
So what if there's a turbo? Hey look, there's a faster turbo. Cool, but there won't be a turbo, sir. Better exhaust sound. Yes, and that's generally the topic we'll be dealing with in the future, when there's a turbo. The situation is that currently, in drift competitions, an exhaust through the hood is not allowed, like we currently have in the Subaru, so we'll have to modify it sooner or later. In the Subaru, an exhaust behind the rear axle is required. And we also have to comply with the decibel limits, and to make sure the decibels are correct, something like this has to be installed.
Yes. So here we have one, a muffler, and we won't unpack it because there's another one just like it in the box.
Heavy? Well, it's not light either. It does weigh a bit, right? It could be left out, but it'll look nice and shiny, though you won't see it anyway.
Shiny will look nice. To the first roundabout on the DTS.
Yes. After the first roundabout, on the wet surface, because the competition is on a wet surface, it will be like this later on.
Don't bullshit me.
What's going on?
These are V-bands without plates.
What did you previously order with plates?
You can shove the V-band up your ass now.
Hey, I was supposed to order V-bands, so I ordered them. And I asked if that's everything. Besides, this is also a list made by Mateusz, so... I don't know about that. Oh, you need something like this, a thingamajig. For welding.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Do you have more of these, or do you have two?
I don't have any more.
So you have two...
Here are the elbows.
A sleeve for welding. This is for the probe, right?
Yes, for the probe.
This is for the probe. And here, generally, we have elbows. More elbows, even more elbows. Flexible connector.
I have two.
And pipes. Oh, sir, you won't like it. 2 inches.
So imagine how much a 4-inch exhaust weighs.
I'd rather not know. So we know there's a lot of material, but we're missing more flanges. The situation with V-bands is that you can buy just the V-band itself, but you can also buy a V-band with weld-on flanges. I made a mistake. To put it simply, when ordering, I clicked the wrong thing. So when you order, make sure to get the ones with flanges if you need them. I also wanted to give a huge thanks to Front Mount Intercooler, because it's 3:40 in the afternoon. The work is supposed to start tomorrow, and we don't have the materials we need, but they're able to send it out. So I'm really excited, because thanks to them, we won't have to stop the work. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do what we planned. So huge thanks to them. Fast shipping is what saves our butts today. At this stage, we're ending the episode, because in the next video, you'll see the entire process of building the E92 in one episode. From the state you just saw, to the moment the car is driving and ready for some winter drifting. So I invite you to the next video. Hey!